Gemara says that Yaakov, our forefather Jacob, Yaakov, never died. Yaakov never died. And the Gemara challenges that and says, what do you mean Yaakov never died? The Torah says that he died and was buried. How could you say he never died? The response there is that because his children are alive, so he's alive. So now we're going to look at this teaching. That's the general idea, that Yaakov never died. The Gemara says, what are you talking about? Of course he's dead. The Torah said he died. And the answer is no, because his children are alive. It's as if he's still alive. Okay? We have to appreciate this teaching in its original language to appreciate the idea that I want to draw out of it. So in the original language it says Yaakov lo met. Yaakov did not die. Yaakov lo met, that's regular. Ma zar'o b'chayim, just like his Zera, his seed, zar'o, his seed, b'chayim, is alive, is in life, is alive. Af hu b'chayim, so too he is alive. But if we look at it very literal, let's look at the word literal. Ma zar'o b'chayim, just like his seed, Zera is seed, b'chayim is in life, in life. Af hu, even him also, b'chayim is in life. So since his seed is in life, so he's in life. Now let's look at what Zera. What is Zera? Zera is the seed that, on the simple level, is the seed that causes a child to be born. There's the male seed, and then there's the woman. Together it makes a baby. That's what the Gemara is saying on the basic level, is that because his offspring, which is considered his seed, is alive, he's alive. But what else the term Zera is also a verb. Zorea, to plant. We take seeds and we plant it in the earth, and then from that planting in the earth develops fruit, develops produce. Now, spiritually, Kabbalistically, I love using that word. Everybody's like, okay, sit up, listen up. Spiritually, Kabbalistically, everybody get up again. You have to stand up now, because it's the second time we said it, so you have to stand up now. The whole process of planting seed into an earth that then produces produce, fruit, food, is the same idea of offspring producing a child, because the woman is malchut, and the earth is malchut. And the seed, and it's the same idea. So the same way that physically we could look at agriculture as we plant seeds, and together with the divine assistance comes from those seeds we plant produce. So now let's look at this idea in a more non-literal way. So when the Gemara says that Yaakov planted, just like his seed is in life, so he's in life. Let's look at it this way. What is life? What is the definition of our life? Ultimately, our life can be translated into time. We are given a limited amount of time to be alive. When the soul is united with the body, we are alive and animate. We can talk, we can speak, well, that's the same thing actually, but actually, unless you want to say that Dibor and Amira, light talk and heavy talk, we act and we think. We are active. We can produce in this world only when we're alive. And when we're alive, it only works when there's time. Time, space, and man have to work together. We need a place to be alive, and we need time to be alive. King David had a soul that had no time. His soul was not going to be given a chance to live. But there was this unbelievable soul with all this potential. It wasn't going to be given time to live. He was, I guess, going to be stillborn. I have to look again at the source for this, but he was going to be born and die without ever really having a chance to live. Wow. So he didn't have time. And so what's the definition of life? Time. Every moment that you're living, you're also dying. Wow. Because every minute that you're using up a moment of your life, you have that moment less. There was some kind of a movie that where you had to actually buy, you could buy time. Yeah. That's what time is a commodity. So now, with this new reality that we are appreciating, that time is also what God created and part of the playing field that we call life. So what's time? So what do I do with my time will determine what my life is all about. And that's really what we've been saying. That the righteous use their time and they invest their energy, they invest their vitality, they invest themselves and their life into the time that they live. And that everyone does. There's no way to go around that. That is the definition of living. Living is pumping into the time you use. A wicked person uses his energy and his vitality and all of his resources for lies, for emptiness, for nothingness. So he's investing all of his time, that is his life, into a bottomless, empty pit. And therefore, at the end, he realizes that he has nothing and never had anything because he gave all that energy, himself, his soul. He gave his soul to nothing. So his soul never was. His soul never had a chance to live. Similarly to the case of King David, which was never going to be given a chance to live, this person was given a chance to live. He was given his 70, 80, 100 years of time, but he didn't use them, so it's as if he never lived also. Because he wasted his life. He wasted his seed. He could have planted his energy, his seed, his vitality into life. And instead he planted it into death. And therefore he was a walking dead man. He never lived. The righteous take their vitality, they take the power of their soul as it's channeled through the body in this place that we have, a place and time. And they use each moment, they use their time to do truth, to do good, to do things that are eternal. And therefore, oh my gosh, I think I'm rubbing on the table and ruining the whole talk. Let's move it up here. Okay, let's go back. The righteous use their energy, use the time they have for truth, for things that are eternal, and then at the end of their life, they have earned eternity. They have lived truth in their lifetime, and with that 70, 80 years that they invested of themselves into truth, so now that's there. But it's the truth, and what they live for is forever, so then they have been able to transform their limited amount of time into forever. And so they live forever. And that's the choice we have in this world. We have an opportunity not only just to come and live for a moment, we have an opportunity to come and use the moment of actual life we're given and waste it, and it's as if we never lived, or to take that moment in time that we actually have to use, and if we use it, we turn that limited moment into forever. And then we get to live with that moment forever. That's when we take our moments and we attach them to Hashem, to God, who is infinite and eternal. Then we have transformed our moment to eternity, because it's connected with Hashem, who is eternal. Hashem is truth, Hashem is infinite, and when we connect to that, so then we've connected to life, and we become eternal with Hashem together. That's the pshat of Olam Haba. Olam Haba means that you have connected to me in this world, you have invested in truth, and therefore you will live forever together with me in this world that is a forever world. And when you take the life I gave you and you put it into the opposite side of holiness, the opposite side of Hashem, when you disconnect from Hashem in your lifetime, so then you've never attached to Hashem, you've never attached to life, and therefore you've never really lived.